And the second forward, Cameron Madison. Cameron, 6'3", and a senior. Barr-Reeve coached by Josh Thompson, assisted by Dean Scott, Toby Madison, Eric Yoder, and Craig Knapp. Jeffrey, it's time to tip it off.
Yeah, you got Hagen Knapp going up against Logan Wilson for the Cougars. We're ready for some B-ball action.
I am ready. So here we go. Both fan sections hopping. And tip going to be up, and it is controlled by the Vikings. And here comes Barr-Reeve. Looks like North Daviess going to be man-to-man. Hagen Knapp with the basketball. Out to Caden Graber. Caden down on the left side. He's going to be stopped. Now down to Hagen. Hagen going to turn, slip through everybody. 2-0 Barr-Reeve.
Yeah, right away Barr-Reeve puts Hagen Knapp down on the block. He was actually about 10 feet out, and the defender went for the steal, and Hagen was able to lay it in, got all the way to the bucket.
Little 1-3-1 action here for the Vikings. Kind of interesting, Jeff Doyle.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of this early in the game. We see it late in the game when Barr-Reeve trails, and it's not a lot of trapping, so just a different look.
Britton's got it for North Daviess. Now back to Jalen Mullen. Britton with it. Wilson in the corner. First three, got it. And it's 3-2 North Daviess.
And that was Lance Wilson. North Daviess has the twins. I watched him in warm-ups, and he was just draining that all through warm-ups there in the deep corner. So that's going to be one that we've got to get out there, get a hand in his face. But credit to him stepping up early.
Should mention we've got cash for Kindle sponsors from both sides. We've got Logan Wagler sponsoring the Cougars 3-point baskets here tonight. And then the One Time Hunt Club sponsor for both teams tonight. So hopefully a lot of money raised. 3-2. Hagen going to rise, fire, got it. 4-3 Barr-Reeve.
Yeah, Hagen just got a ball screen, got over to the left elbow, a little bit farther out, and that just rose up and was able to hit it. And one interesting matchup is you got Lance Wilson guarding Caden Graber, and I think that's going to be a matchup that North Daviess is going to try to take away Caden. He's following Caden everywhere he goes.
North Daviess with it, Britton. Over to Jalen, Mullen. Wilson's got it. Wilson going to fire another long one. No good. Offensive rebound. No, Hagen going to come out with it. Here comes Hagen Knapp. Going to be poked away, but Seth Wagler going to come up with it. Caden Graber going to set for a long one. No good. Rebounded by Wilson. Here comes North Daviess on the run. Mullen's got it. Jalen with the basketball. And let's see what North Daviess tries to do. It looks like Barr-Reeve man-to-man this possession.
And Caden Graber getting the assignment on Jalen Mullen.
And now they're going to get a travel. And I'm not sure Wilson hit the ground all the way, but he was in between dribbles and definitely an easy call for the official.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those that just looked bad, and he didn't know what he was going to do. Barr-Reeve defense rotated to him as he had to look like a path to the basket, and Barr-Reeve did a good job with the weak side defense shuffling over.
Dribble handoff. Hagen going to rise, fire. Got another one. 6-3 Vikings.
Yeah, great start there for Hagen, and he keeps on getting to his spot there, and there's not a whole lot you can do because he can just rise up over the Wilson twin there.
And we're going to have Jalen Mullen with a little blood on his elbow, so good start for the Vikings, 6-3. Hagen Knapp with all 6 points.
Yeah, and the thing is, we saw a little bit Barr-Reeve switching it up as the first possession got Hagen down on the block, and I think that's what we've got to do because we don't get much scoring down there. And we isolated Hagen there. The other two were off, kind of dribble handoffs, and he got to a spot there on the left elbow and was just able to rise up over the North Daviess defender.
And Jalen trying to get that dried up, and athletic trainer Nate Sterling going to put a little tape on it.
And right now they're not doubling Hagen. They're shading his way, so it'll be interesting to see if Coach Dalrymple elects to maybe start doubling Hagen. And if that happens, then you're going to see some open shots for the rest of Barr-Reeve. But I know Coach Dalrymple's strategy, as he'll let your best player get his average, but then he wants to take those supporting players and not give them any open looks. So they're going to try to take looks away from the likes of Braden Knepp, Caden Graber, try to hold them down below their averages and let the star get his points. So,
and I think the issue here at the scorer's table is Brendan Stickles had already basically committed to checking into the game. So the discussion right now is, does Jalen Mullen have to come out for 1 second to go off the clock?
Okay, and then they're going to call a timeout.
Yeah, that's a good call by Coach Dalrymple, because now you don't have to sub your best player out. It's a 30. We'll go ahead and take one. 4:58, first quarter. 6-3. Vikings lead it. Back in 30 seconds. Fading fast, Jeffrey.
How do you feel?
I feel great. What's going on? Back at Barr-Reeve.
And we got a little bit of everything going on as the North Daviess player took off his jersey, and something about his undershirt, he didn't like it, so he cut off the sleeves.
I don't know.
But we're back to live action here. Barr-Reeve going back man-to-man.
Hello, Kara Hughes. I know I sound great. 6-3, Mullen with the basketball. Now Britton's got it. Jalen back to Wilson, looking inside for his brother, can't find him. Now Wilson has it in the left corner, looking for Collins. Just a ball reversal here. Mullen with it again, over to Collins. Devin Collins with the basketball, guarded by Hagan Knepp.
Barr-Reeve doing a lot of switching on the screens out top. This is a versatile Barr-Reeve team that a lot of guys can guard different guys.
Jalen going to get loose for a long one. Got it. We're tied at 6.
Yeah, they just lost Jalen for a split second. That's all it takes.
So Hagan with the basketball. Dribble handoff. Caden now with it. And Caden going to get down the lane off the glass. Got it.
Yeah, nice move there by Caden as he gave a pump fake, and the Wilson went for it, and he just rose up for about an 8-footer.
All right, Brian Emmons going to take over for DeCourcy. I think the voice of the Vikings has given out. That's going to be a turnover by the North Daviess Cougars. So we will go back to Barr-Reeve.
Yeah, Marcus Britton threw it to Logan Wilson in the corner, and Logan wasn't looking for the ball. Went out of his hands, so it'll be Barr-Reeve ball.
All right, Seth going to bring it up. Hand it over to Caden. He's going to come across the timeline. 3:36 left, 8-6 Vikings. Over to Cam Madison on the right side. He'll go to Caden, going to fire a 3. That's going to be off. Come down with it for the North Daviess Cougars. Logan Wilson on the rebound. He goes to Mullen. Looks like he's thought about pulling up, but doesn't.
You can tell Barr-Reeve's, they're going to give Mullen that three-pointer. It's going to be a contested one, but they definitely don't want him to get to the rim, because that's when he can open everything up, because he can finish by himself or get it off to another North Daviess Cougar.
That's exactly what we said on the pregame, and he can do a lot of things when he's driving, and that's going to be a three-point attempt. Going to be missed by Britton. Shot goes back up, blocked by Hagan. And Devin Collins going to knock down a 3 to give the Cougars a 9-8 lead in their first lead of the night.
Yeah, and all the points for the Cougars are coming on 3 3-pointers as they take their first lead, 9-8.
That's going to bring the North Daviess Cougar to the crowd. Seth going to drive, miss. And Logan Wilson going to go the other way for the North Daviess Cougars. Over to Mullen. He's going to fire another 3, Jeff, and he's going to nail it. And right now, North Daviess is absolutely on fire behind the arc.
Yeah, 4 or 5 so far, and that was one thing I think Barr-Reeve was going to try to make him prove that. But, boy, they're hitting their shots tonight. Nice move by Caden Graber. He gets all the way to the hole. Nice left finish. That's 5 for Caden. I
think that's what they're going to need, Jeff, as they got to push it up. You know that North Daviess watched that film of all those 3s flying in against Lagodi, so they're going to guard the 3, so maybe pushing the ball up is going to help.
Well, and this Barr-Reeve team hasn't scored a lot of points in the lane this year. Another 3 by Mullen, no good. As North Daviess takes down another rebound, and that was one worry coming in too, is just the offensive rebounding of these Cougars as they're relentless on the backboards. Barr-Reeve's going to have to do a better job, especially out of this zone, checking out.
Yeah, they sure are. Wilson and Mullen going to play catch. back to Wilson. He's going to go in, miss a layup, and there's Hagan on the rebound with 1.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. North Daviess Cougars leading by 2. Hagan's going to pull up for 3, no good. Long rebound controlled by the Cougars. A drive by Britton, and
that was Brayton Knapp there, took the charge as Brayton held his ground, and Britton came in and just mowed him over. Great job by Brayton Knapp.
Great job sliding over, and because he was taking it to the hole, there wasn't any doubt. He had played his hand, so it's going to go back to Barr-Reeve. That's going to be the first foul on Britton.
And one thing I like about this Barr-Reeve start is we've got 10 points, and they've came on 2-point field goals. Last week against Lagodi, everything that we got, it was hard. It was just shooting 3. It was all perimeter. And tonight we're doing a better job mixing it up.
Aaron Wagler going to check in for the first time tonight. Go inside to Hagan. They're going to double team him. He gets tied up and hangs on to it, spins and shoots. He's going to miss, gets his own rebound though, and he's going to be fouled by Jalen Mullen. That's going to be Mullen's first foul.
And that's the second time, Brian, that Barr-Reeve's put Hagan down on the block. And I think that's going to be a real key tonight. We've got to get Hagan down there, get some easier touches.
Over to Caden after the inbound. He's going to throw it inside to Cam Madison. Fire it back out. Good hustle there by Cam to save that. Out to Aaron Wagler.
And that's 2 fouls on Jalen Mullen as they kicked it out to Aaron Wagler. Jalen tried to recover, and then Aaron drove it and got the blocking call. Good job there by Aaron Wagler forcing the issue there.
It's an interesting scenario that we just talked about on the podcast this week when a good player gets early 2 fouls, and I guarantee you Dow's going to trust his team leader to stay out there on the floor with those two.
I like leaving the guy in with 2 fouls, but I like to take him out for a second, just talk to him for a little bit, and then get him back in, because sometimes you get that second, and sometimes you're frustrated and you pick it up, but Brent's been coaching a long time, and he trusts Jalen. Jalen's a 3-year starter. So
yeah, if there's anybody you're going to trust, it's going to be him for sure. So we're going to have a off-the-ball foul. Looks like they got
Cam Madison.
I think there was a little bit of shoving inside between him and Brendan Stickles, and they caught Cam. I honestly didn't see it, Jeff.
I didn't either, and I know Cam didn't like it, but the official was right on it, so I'd say it was a good call. But, you like Cam to be aggressive, so not that you like to give up a
Sure.
possession like that, but sometimes you got to establish yourself down low, and especially with Stickles, having 3 inches on him, let him know he's going to make him feel him all night.
Yep, no, I agree. So North Daviess probably going to go for the last shot here. 12 seconds left. Mullen's going to initiate the offense up top. He's going to drive right side on Cam, and now Aaron Wagler's going to take him. Mullen's going to get to the rim and score, and that's going to do it for the first quarter on the JJ Concrete scoreboard. Okay. All right. We'll make sure.
Turn down our mics a little bit. The guy on the air, maybe. I don't know, whatever you think.
Either that or we're probably just excited, and because of the crowd, we're yelling a little bit.
Okay, I can talk a little bit lower.
Yeah, there we go. How's that, Cam? Okay.
Yeah, it was in this environment tonight. It's just we've been waiting for a game like this to get this place full, and what a great environment. But, Barr-Reeve, we're going to have to start competing more on the defensive glass. We didn't get a lot of stops, but when we did, we didn't get the rebounds. So we're going to have to finish off those defensive stands.
So here we go. North Daviess going to initiate. It's going to be Logan Wilson up top, over to Jalen Mullen. Caden Graber continues to guard him. He's going to pull up from 17 and miss, and there you go, Jeff. North Daviess on another offensive rebound.
Yeah, and they're just so active, and they just, and that's something that Brent teaches. They're going to go all out to the offensive glass. So But that's the shot we want Jalen to take, that little 17-footer. You know, if he makes those all night, you know, you just got to, you know, there's not too much you can do.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. So he's going to go right side to Lance Wilson, the 6'2 junior, back up top to Mullen. Everything's going to run through Jalen. They'll go inside to Stickles. Outside to Lance Wilson. Barr-Reeve continues, as they will be all night in a man-to-man. Braden going to come out as Marcus Britton dribbles, goes over to Wilson. Wilson to Mullen. This is a team that doesn't score a ton of points. There's a three-point shot by Britton. He's going to miss, and there you go. Hagan on the rebound. They're very, very disciplined on offense, Jeff.
Yeah, they are. They're going to look what they want. And, you know, if we can get Britton taking those shots, you know, and I know he can knock it down, but we did a good job recovering and putting a hand in his face, and much better on the defensive block out there for Barr-Reeve.
Cam Madison going to go back to Caden, going to drive left side, goes all the way to the hoop. Kind of hesitated there. I think he was ready for some contact and didn't get it, and he's going to miss, and Mullen's going to come back for the Cougars. Up top, he's going to drive, look inside, fumbled around, back out to Mullen. He's going to fire a three, in and out, no good, and there's Hagan on the rebound again.
Well, some of those three-pointers are not falling right now for the Cougars, so let's see if Barr-Reeve can get themselves back in this game. Only down 4, but we've had 3 or 4 trips here with not coming up empty.
Yeah, Hagan going to drive all the way, spin, left-handed shot is going to be no good, and that's going to be number 32, Stickles, on the rebound, and North Daviess going to try to run. But what I was saying earlier, they are going to be very, very patient and wait for a good shot, and there's Britton for a three from that same spot. He's going to miss, but Lance Wilson's on the rebound, fires it out to his brother, and that's a three-pointer by Logan Wilson. And we're going to take a 30-second timeout. JJ Concrete scoreboard, it's 17-10, North Daviess. That's a 30-second, Cannon.
Yeah, they've got 5 threes.
And we are back at Barr-Reeve High School, 5:35 left. Second quarter action at 17-10, North Daviess. What are you seeing, Jeff?
Well, second chance points. North Daviess is getting opportunities. They're scoring on second chance points, and if we miss, we're not getting an offensive rebound. North Daviess has been relentless on the offensive glass. And then the other thing is 5 3-pointers for North Daviess. They only have 1 2-point field goal.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to do something about that. But bottom line, we're just going to have to rebound, defensive rebound, no second shots.
All right, well, here goes Barr-Reeve after that timeout. We'll see what kind of adjustments Josh Thompson has made. Hagan going to go to Caden. They're going to go right back to Hagan, and he's going to score and get fouled. That's nice give and go there. Gave it up, and that was a set play, I got to think, Jeff, out of the timeout.
Yeah, that was absolutely a set play. That was Caden Grabers. He got the high screen. You had Hagan Knepp rolling, got it to him, and Hagan went up strong, got the foul. Chance for a 3-point play. 8 points already for Hagan Knepp.
Free throw is up and good to complete the old-fashioned 3-point play, and that's going to make it 17-13.
Yeah, and that came at a really good time. Is getting out to that 7-point lead. North Daviess is a team. They get a real big lead. Then their possessions, like you were talking about, they will start to slow down a lot.
Oh, and that's going to be number 22. Devin Collins was surprised how open he was and probably should have taken the shot much sooner, but now he's going to miss. And Caden's going to come back, drive right side, look back outside to Hagan.
Well, right now, Barr-Reeve has only had Hagan and Caden score so far. We've got to find that third scorer tonight. Let's see if it's going to be somebody different besides Braden Knepp.
Lance Wilson going to fire a three from North Daviess, and both players going to go after that, and it's going to be out of bounds and go back to Barr-Reeve. Cam Madison and Brendan Stickles were chasing that one down, but they called it out, and it will go right back to the Vikings. Seth going to bring it up. The Wagler going to dribble it up, looking over to Madison. Top of the key, going to hand it off to Hagan. He's going to spin and fire it, and boy, that's as pretty as it gets right there when he gets down and can spin and hit that high left-handed jump shot.
Well, when he stopped, he just took a half second to gather himself, and then he just rose up, about from 15 feet. That's 11 points for Hagan. And we have to have him have a touch every time down. He doesn't have to shoot it every time down, but we need to have him have touches.
Yeah, the offense has got to run through him. So here's Mullen. He's going to dribble. Go right side, cross-court pass, back to Mullen. Mullen to Lance Wilson. He's going to fire a three and miss. And Cam Madison had the rebound, lost it. Brendan Stickles then came up with the loose ball, and he goes up to give North Daviess a 19-15
Yeah,
lead.
Cam Madison had the rebound and just kind of fumbled it and went right to Stickles, and he lays it in.
So 3:36 left, first half action. Aaron Wagler goes left side to Hagan. Like you said, Jeffy, they're going to have to run the offense through him at the very least all night. Caden with a nice shot fake.
And Caden Graber just banks in a three-pointer, and he's going to have a chance to tie this game. As Caden got it, gave a head fake, scooted to his left, banked it in, got hit by the Wilson. Chance for a four-point play. And Caden started out this year with 3 straight four-point plays. Let's see if he can get back on track with his four-point plays.
And like you said, it did bank in. I think he got fouled as he was letting the ball go, knocked it offline a little bit, but that was a good miss, as you say. So Caden going to go to the line, try to complete this four-point play.
And I think I was a little excited there. I think I might have said Caden Graber. As Caden has 7 points, give him 8 points.
All right, and we are back to being tied with 3 minutes, 24 seconds. And you don't plan on four-point plays, but boy, that one came at a good time. So Jalen Mullen going to bring it across for North Daviess. Wilson and Collins going to play catch. They go cross-court as they have all night long. Look for cross-court passes. Logan Wilson goes back out to Mullen, and they're going to reset. Barr-Reeve, it looks like they've gone into a zone, and Mullen going to fire a three over that zone and miss, and Cam Madison got up really high on that rebound, and now Caden going to bring it down to right side to Wagler.
And those three-pointers are not falling right now at the moment for North Daviess. That's 4 straight misses for them.
Barr-Reeve looking, they can regain the lead. Caden Graven going to dribble right side, go up top to Hagan. There's Josh Thompson looking to get Cam to come out on that high post. Might be looking to set a screen here for Hagan.
Barr-Reeve going to go back into a set play. Let's see what they go to. Little handoff from Hagan to Cam Madison, and Hagan had a three-pointer in and out, and here comes the Cougars.
That ball was all the way down and popped out, so Jalen Mullen going to bring it down and call out a play for the Cougars. On the floor right now is Caden Graber, Hagan, Aaron Wagler, Cam Madison, and Seth Wagler on the court for the Vikings, and they're going to go back man-to-man, switching it up a little bit. And there's a three-pointer for Mullen. He's going to miss, and there's Madison on the rebound again.
Yeah, and Barr-Reeve doing a much better job on the defensive glass here in the second quarter. Cam Madison, nice job there.
Hagan going to take it himself, fire an 18-footer from the right side, and that's going to give Barr-Reeve a 21-19 lead with 1:45 left to go here in the first half.
And that's 7 points in this quarter for Hagan, giving 13 overall.
13 of the 21. Mullen's going to drive inside, goes through the entire Barr-Reeve defense, misses but gets his own rebound, and that's just sheer wanting the basket right there. Great play by a great player, Jalen Mullen.
Yeah, and Jalen realized that North Daviess wasn't getting anything in the lane, and he just willed himself all the way. First shot didn't go. Second one did, but a three-pointer by Caden Graber.
A deep three. He had the ball, never took a dribble, faked it once, and then realized he had a little bit of room and fired it. So with 1:09 left now, it's 24-21 Barr-Reeve.
Yeah, and Caden double figures, 11 points, and he has 7 points in this quarter. And right now, Caden and Hagan are the only 2 Vikings to score.
Oh, wow. All right, we're going to go left side. I think North Daviess may be just fine just to run this half out and take one shot. We'll see. They go cross court. That's Logan Wilson. He's up top, being guarded by Seth Wagler. Down in the corner, he is going to fire a three. Wilson's going to miss. Ball tipped around several times, but Lance Wilson comes down for the rebound. Mullen fakes a drive, and now they're going to go inside to Collins, and Brendan Stickles, and he's going to fire it into the first row of bleachers. So it'll be Barr-Reeve's ball with 31.7 left, and they're going to check in Nick Schwartzentruber.
Yeah, and Barr-Reeve, I'm sure they're going to try to hold it for the last shot here. And do want to give a score update. Lagodi 15, Bloomfield 4. So your prediction of Bloomfield not being very good is coming true, Brino.
Yeah, if you listen to the podcast, you heard my feelings on Bloomfield. So 22 seconds left, and smart move here by Coach Dalrymple with the 2 fouls on Jalen. They set him down here for the remainder of the half.
Yeah, you don't want to get a third foul on him playing defense here. So Caden Graber with the ball, and we're down to 10 seconds.
Hagan going to go right side to Seth. The freshman looks inside looking for Hagan, but he's going to drive baseline, get all the way, have it swatted away, but gets it back, shoots and misses, but it looks like he got fouled. So he's going to go to the free throw line with 2.3 left.
Yeah, Seth was on the right side, drove from the wing, reversed it, lost the ball, got it back, just some toughness there, got it, and he went up again, got fouled. But that, for a freshman, Seth Wagler is really strong, and he had a couple of those plays late in the game last week against Lagodi that really paid off, and they were offensive rebounds.
So Seth's first free throw is up, and that's going to go in to make it 25-21. And we talked about it on the South Knox girls game on Thursday night. This time of year, our super freshmen, Hannah Bledsoe, Seth Wagler here on the boys team, they're really not freshmen anymore. They've been through the battles. So Seth going to have a second free throw, try to make it 26-21 with 2.3 left. And that goes in and out. North Daviess going to get the rebound, going to fire a three-quarter court shot that is going to miss. So at halftime on the JJ Concrete scoreboard, it is Barr-Reeve 25, North Daviess 21, and we'll be back right after these messages. Vikings lead the North Daviess Cougars 25-21 at halftime. Jeffrey Doyle, you got halftime statistics?
Sure do. Hagen Knepp leading the way for the Vikings. Hagen with 13 first-half points. He did it all on the two-point variety, 6 two-point field goals. He also had a three-point play, 1-1 from the free throw line, 13 points for Hagen. Caden Graber with a big second quarter, and he's also in double figures with 11 points. Caden had two threes and 2 twos and 1-1 from the free throw line as he had a 4-point play as Barr-Reeve was down 19-15. He brought us back to tie it up at that point. And then also scoring, Seth Wagler as he hit the last point of the half. He was 1 and 2 from the free throw line, 1 point for Seth. For the North Daviess Cougars, Jalen Mullen leading the way for the Cougars. He has 10 points. 8 of those came in the first quarter. He had 2 in the second quarter. He has 2 3-pointers, 2 2-pointers, 10 points. Lance Wilson with a 3-pointer for 3 points. Logan Wilson with a 3-pointer for 3 points. Brendan Stickles with a 2-pointer for 2 points. And then Devin Collins with a 3 for 3 points. Quarter scoring at the end of one and saw the Cougars get out to a 14-10 halftime lead. And in the second quarter, Barr-Reeve controlled it, outscoring the Cougars 15-7 to take a 25-21 halftime lead.
Jeff, you mentioned it as North Daviess took that lead. You talked about the importance of keeping them off the offensive glass, and that's what Barr-Reeve changed when they got back in this and eventually took the lead.
Yeah, we did a much better job getting on the defensive glass, and it's just a matter of competing, because North Daviess is going to send guys to the glass. And the other thing, North Daviess hit 5 3-pointers early on, and now they've kind of fell in love with it a little bit, and they're not going inside as much as they only have 2 2-pointers. So I think, the game plan, you're seeing a lot of zone by Barr-Reeve kind of daring the Cougars. I think they probably felt like, hey, we're going to have to give up something. We'd rather them take the 3-pointer and maybe get away from maybe a strength, which is inside where they kind of grind it out. So there, that last 4 or 5 minutes, Barr-Reeve did a much better job on the glass, just competing and limiting them to one shot.
What do you think both Coach Dalrymple and Coach Thompson change at halftime, if anything?
Well, I think North Daviess is going to try to really push the ball inside more. They had some guys shooting a lot of threes that maybe Coach Dalrymple would say, hey, let's see if Jalen has a look first. So I think you're going to see Jalen drive a little bit more and have more action going to the goal. I think if you're Barr-Reeve, continue to run set plays. We've got to – everything needs to go through Hagen and Caden and everybody else. Hey, we got to have somebody else step up because right now those two are carrying the scoring load. We're going to have to have one more person step up. Last week it was Braden Knepp, and who's it going to be this week? And maybe it's not in the points variety. Maybe it's defensive stops. I think it was a good second quarter for this Barr-Reeve team. They've got the confidence that, hey, we know we can compete with these guys, but it takes a different level of commitment because you've got to go to the glass, hold your block out, get it, and then North Daviess hangs around. You got to be tough to the ball because they poked it out a couple times too.
Yeah, well, like you said, the first half was everything we thought it would be, and I did want to mention the One Time Hunt Club is sponsoring the Cash for Kindle tonight, so we thank them very much, and I have a feeling that both teams are going to come out firing. We'll see if Barr-Reeve can get some more money for the scholarship fund. I did want to mention, too, the student sections are here. They're loud and they're proud tonight. Barr-Reeve in their white, trimmed in pink. North Daviess black, trimmed in pink, and they are representing that. And for Coach Davidson up at Fort Wayne Blackhawk Christian, who I know you know very well, Jeff, who's battling cancer, and so a real good turnout. Lots of these the Coaches versus Cancer T-shirts for both teams. So going for a great cause tonight.
Well, there's so much of rivalry here, but the thing is we can still come and support. You've got a guy that's going through a tough time in his life, and you see two schools coming together to support him. He's more than 200 miles away, so it's just a really neat gesture. And this is always one of my favorite games, just to see what the Pep crowd's going to do, and just good, clean fun. This is what high school sports is supposed to be about, and it's good to see. This is what a high school experience is. Coming to the game, even if you're not on the team, root for your team, cheer for. It's just that's what high school athletics is about, and both crowds doing a good job, and also our seniors did a good job, keeping the tradition going. They got some buggies up here. We were kind of worried yesterday. We didn't see any buggies at first, so so just some good high school basketball, and the three officials that we have here, they're all from the Indianapolis area, and they're just tickled to death. And, you know, they just don't see this all the time up there. You know, they have great games up there, but they don't have the crowds up there like we do here.
Yeah, that's what we said on the pregame show. Basketball is alive and well in Southwest Indiana, and this is the place to be tonight. So we'll go ahead and take a break, about a minute 15 on the clock before we get going the second half. So we'll take a break, and then we'll be back for second half action. Barr-Reeve, North Daviess in the Buggy Bowl. We'll be back right after this. Mike DeCourcy texted me last night and said his voice was giving out, so I needed to be ready to go. But he's sitting here with us, and I have a feeling you'll hear him at some point in this evening. But Barr-Reeve going to start it off. Cam Madison right side, going to hand it to Hagan, and he's going to battle against the North Daviess man-to-man, and he's going to just misread a cut there and throw it out of bounds. Seth was going to the basket, Jeff, and Hagan just kind of misread what he was doing.
Yeah, and that's one thing that you don't see a lot this year. Hagan having to turn over there, just miscommunication. So Barr-Reeve will come down. They're going to start man-to-man.
So Jalen Mullen goes right side to Logan Wilson. He gets in the lane, spins, kicks it out in the corner, and that's going to be Collins missing a three. Barr-Reeve on the rebound, and Caden going to push it up. Go up to Hagan, top of the key. He's going to look inside. Not a lot of movement right now for the Barr-Reeve offense. They go to Seth. There's Braden. He's going to take it out.
Yeah, Barr-Reeve got really comfortable, you know, just in their set plays, and their half-court offense hasn't been really good if it hasn't been a play call.
And Braden Knapp in there in the game, and you know North Daviess after the last week at Lagodi, and just right on cue, he's going to fire and hit a three, and that's another 3-point for Cash for Kendall from the one-time Hunt Club, and there's Braden Knapp again.
Yeah, and that was off a pass from Hagan Knapp as Hagan drove in. Defense collapsed. Hagan kicks it out to the corner. And nothing but net for Braden.
Of course, he had the heroics last week against Lagodi. And there's a 3-point fired by Marcus Britton from the left corner. That seems to be his spot, that left corner. And he's going to hit it to make it 28-24 Barr-Reeve.
Yeah, a skip pass there, and he just caught it in rhythm. Just nothing but net there. Nice shot there by Britton.
That's one thing I've noticed. North Daviess very good at that skip pass from one corner to the other, and they work the ball, use the entire floor. So Seth's going to hold it at the volleyball line. He's going to look inside, go down in the corner to Caden. He's going to pump fake, and that's going to be kicked out of bounds. He had a real nice pump fake there, went around his defender, but it got kicked, so it'll stay here in the corner, and Hagan's going to inbound it. 6:16 left, third quarter action. Hagan looks, going to go all the way down in the backcourt as Barr-Reeve going to reset it with Caden Graber. Crosses the timeline. Over to Seth. A little bit of a slower paced second half, Jeff, as we kind of just feeling each other out again.
Yeah, I think that's the words, kind of feeling each other out. You know, Barr-Reeve, and nice screen and roll, but Caden's pass got deflected, and here come the Cougars.
Yeah, that was tipped by Collins. So we're going to come down. There's Jalen Mullen looking for a shot. He's now being guarded by Hayden Knapp. And there's Marcus Britton for another three. On the other side of the court from where he hit his last one, 28-27. Now Vikings as North Daviess climbs back into this one. Hagan going to drive. Left-handed shot. That was a tough one there. He was heavily guarded by Devin Collins. Mullen going to lead the break. Inside to Wilson. Wilson turns, shoots on Cam Madison, misses, and there's Cam on the rebound.
Yeah, Cam really controlling the backboards now on the defensive glass. Good job there, and good job going up against the Wilson twin, and there's Hagen Knapp, stop and pop, and he gets 2 more points as Barr-Reeve gets back out to a 3-point lead.
That was the old Top Gun, just let him fly by, and then he shot and made it. Good job by Hagen. So Lance Wilson going to bring it out, even with the size. Both of these Wilson boys handle the ball real well on the perimeter.
Barr-Reeve going back to this 1-3-1. It's not a trapping 1-3-1.
And there's Cam Madison again on a missed 3-pointer.
And that's what it's designed to do, to give up those 3-pointers there, and North Daviess not hitting them right now at the moment.
Hagen going to drive, gets stopped over to Seth in the corner.
Well, let's see if we can get Hagen back down the block. We did that a couple times the first half, got some buckets that way.
He's being guarded by Devin Collins, and Collins is not leaving. There's no help side. He's got one responsibility. There's Caden going to drive, nice, tough shot over Lance Wilson. That was a heavily contested, beautiful shot there by Caden.
Yeah, that was. And there goes Mullen all the way down, and he draws a foul. He's so good at sidestepping, not taking that charge, as we had a guy ready to take the charge, but he's able to sidestep it. He got bumped a little bit. He'll go to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, that was one that he saw an opening, and he just took it himself. Barr-Reeve just a little bit late getting over there. So he'll go to the line for 2 shots.
And this is going to be the first 2 free throws of the night for North Daviess.
And that first one is up and good to make it 32-28. We did have a little bit of controversy, and if you watched, I wasn't sure what was going on because there was a couple big plays going on, but one of the North Daviess players had to cut off the sleeves of his jersey, and I believe that was because it was a different color. And then North Daviess had a little bit of issue with Nick Schwartzentruber. Nick's was white with the white jersey, so I think that's what the issue was. But Jalen going to knock them both down to make it 32-29, 4 minutes left, just a touch over 4 minutes left here in the third quarter.
And right now, there's only been 5 free throws in this whole game shot, 3 by Barr-Reeve and 2 by North Daviess.
Hagen going to shoot, pump fake, fire, miss, and Jalen Mullen on the rebound. And you said that, and other than Sleevegate that we had, well officiated game, I don't think anybody's got too much of a problem. But North Daviess going to miss a 3, grab their own rebound, kick it out to Wilson. They're going to reset with Mullen up top with 3:45 left. Mullen goes right side, down in the corner to Wilson, back to Mullen. Dow recalls a set possibly. Goes to Jalen. He's going to dribble left side, being guarded by the freshman, Seth Wagler. Looking inside to get it to the Wilson boy. That's Lance. He's going to push his way on Caden. Nice spin, but he's going to miss the one-hander, and Hagen is off and running to lead this break. North Daviess does a good job getting back. So Cam Madison out to Caden. Now we're going to get into our offense. Caden drives, couldn't find Madison on his cut to the basket, so he's going to bring it back out. Caden, that same play that he just tried, tough shot, well defended by Stickles. He's going to miss, get his own rebound, go out to Seth. Now Coach Thompson's going to call a set.
Yeah, and I like Caden being aggressive there. You know, we've got to, push the action, and then, Caden just scored 2 points off that way, so I like to see him do that more.
I don't think Coach Thompson, as long as they're being aggressive and getting to the rim, you can take missed shots. So Hagen going to work up top. He's going to shoot over Wilson, in and out, no good, and they're going to get Cam Madison over the back, going for the rebound. So it's going to be North Daviess ball, and I believe that's going to be Cam's second foul.
Yeah, and Hagen had a good look there about the elbow and just rattled in and out. He got to a spot, and he doesn't miss those too often, but North Daviess doing a really good job contesting every shot that we have. And again, boy, if we could just get 1 or 2 offensive rebounds, get some second chance opportunities. Now, that play, Caden did miss a shot, got his own rebound. So that trip down, we did get 2 looks at the bucket. We still didn't get anything out of it.
All right, and yeah, I'm going to try to explain what just happened if you're listening on the radio. A player fell down, so there was a wet spot on the floor. The Barr-Reeve manager, I believe it was, Jeff, came out and was going to dry it up, but he couldn't find the spot. So at that point, Marcus Britton comes down, grabs the towel out of the manager's hands, wipes up the entire area, threw the towel back at him.
And that's what got him the technical foul. He threw the towel at our manager, and Caden Graber hits the first technical foul, and it was a no-brainer. I mean, he did it right in front of the official.
I've seen a lot of basketball. I've never seen anything like that before. And Caden going to knock them both down, and that could end up being a big play. Gives Barr-Reeve a 5-point lead I don't know that I've ever seen anything like that. Like you said, he threw the towel back at him and then started to yell, I guess,
well,
to
and
fire
Coach
up his
Dower,
crowd.
well, as soon as he did it, he was calling him over because he was going to talk to him about it, and then the official was like, no, we're not going to have that, and calls the tee, and that's the only thing you had to do. You had to call a technical in that. So let's see if Barr-Reeve gets 2 points there when it should have been North Daviess' ball. Let's see if we can make it a 4-point play.
Yep, they go to Hagan. He's going to work left side on Logan Wilson. Back up the top. Hagan still got the ball. Goes to Caden. They're just going to swap positions. Going to reset now out by the volleyball line. Caden working on Lance Wilson. He's going to drive, kick out to Seth. Seth being aggressive with the basketball, but gets stopped, and they're going to get a foul, and that's going to be 3 on Jalen Mullen.
Yeah, and Seth Wagler being real strong. He drove it hard. Jalen didn't get there in time and kind of reached in there and clearly got him with the hand. So that's 3 on Jalen Mullen. He's been able to play with 2 for a long time. Just finally picks up his 3rd foul, 2:04 to go.
So Barr-Reeve going to inbound the ball underneath their own basket. Caden goes up top to Hagan, who spins, shoots, no good, but Cam Madison comes down with the rebound, kicks it out, and that's going to be a 3-pointer by Aaron Wagler. He's going to miss. Back inside to Wagler. This action is fast and furious, and Wagler going to get a basket on a nice pass from Caden Graber to give Barr-Reeve a 7-point lead with 1 minute, 40 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, credit Seth Wagler is creating an extra pass there. And there's a timeout by Coach Dalrymple.
Marcus Britton's going to score driving, and we're going to take a timeout. Looks like a 30-second timeout. So real quick, we'll take a break here on JJ Concrete Scoreboard, 36-31 Barr-Reeve. Holy cow! I've never seen a technical on a wiped up floor before. You ever seen anything like that? Well, he was trying to, I don't know.
No, just a 30-second we can.
Yeah, we can come back anytime. All right, we are back at Barr-Reeve. Barr-Reeve going to have the basketball, 1.5 minutes left, 36-31. The Vikings lead it. Seth going to dribble up top, and they're going to run a set, get it to Hagan, over to Cam Madison up top. He goes left side to Caden Graber. He had Cam Madison, didn't fire it in there to Wagler. He hands off to Hagan. Hagan going to drive on Wilson, shoot, and no good. Good defense that time by the Cougars, and Mullen going to bring it up, and he's got Britton, and this is going to go up for a 3. Marcus Britton going to shoot and miss. Ball on the floor. Everybody flying after it. Back out to Mullen, and he nails a 3. Big shot there by Jalen Mullen, and that's going to get the North Daviess crowd right back into this and cut the Viking lead to 2, 36-34 with 50 seconds left.
Yeah, you just can't give the Cougars a second opportunity. Barr-Reeve doing a good job competing on the glass, just couldn't come up with the loose ball, and they kick it out, and Jalen hits one from the top of the key.
So Barr-Reeve with 38 seconds left. Josh Thompson shouting in instructions, and they may hold this for just a little while here and run the quarter out. Caden explaining to Seth what they're going to do. 27 seconds left. And we'll see what Barr-Reeve's going to run here. North Daviess right now is just fine to let Barr-Reeve run this time off the clock. We're down to 15 seconds. Now Hagan going to come out and get it, and here we go. The Vikings going to run their play. Hagan still holding it. He's going to go right side to Caden. I think they were trying for the lob. Couldn't get it. Hagan left side, shoots over the top of Wilson. No good. And that's going to end the quarter. So on the JJ Concrete scoreboard, we got one heck of a basketball game going here. It's 36-34. Barr-Reeve leads it. And we'll be back right after this.
What they scored the last 5 points. Yeah, we had them by 7. We had them 36-29. They scored the last 5.
here we go into the fourth quarter of one fantastic basketball game.
Well, this is kind of what the Buggy Bowl has kind of came to be this last 20 years, just some epic games. Barr-Reeve extended out to a 7-point lead, but the North Daviess scored the last 5 points to draw within 2. North Daviess, if they hit a 3, they can regain the lead.
All right, here we go. Mullen to Wilson, Wilson to Britton. He goes over to Logan Wilson, left side. Mullen going to fire a long 3, and that's going to miss everything. It's going to go out of bounds, and it'll go back to Barr-Reeve. Hey, continuing the fantastic week that Barr-Reeve basketball is having after a huge win by Lacey Higgins and the Lady Vikings. Just got a note from Scott Knapp, and the 8th grade girls had a fantastic come-from-behind win in overtime against Vincent's Park today. So congratulations to Coach Wickersham and Coach Knapp and the 8th grade girls. Great job to keep it going.
Well, good things are on the horizon for girls basketball here at Barr-Reeve, and Coach Higgins doing a great job in her first year at the helm.
All right, here we go. Seth going to give it to Hagan. He's out by the volleyball line. We're going to see what Barr-Reeve's going to run here. Got to think coming out of that break, we're going to try to get Hagan unleashed, and that's exactly what we do. Nice shot.
Yeah, this Hagan hadn't scored in a while. He scored 2 points real quick out at halftime, but then was held in check the rest of the quarter. He gets 2 more there. That's 17 overall for Hagan Knapp.
Mullen to Britton.
Barr-Reeve going back to this 1-3-1 defense.
Britton's going to fire it right side to Mullen. He does a shot fake, but Hagan wasn't biting, so he's going to bring it back out, start over. Over to Logan Wilson. Back to Mullen for 3, and that's going to be nothing but net. And that's going to cut it to 1, 38-37 Barr-Reeve. And there's a point right now, Coach Dowell's wanting to get it back in Mullen's hands.
Yeah, 18 points for Jalen Mullen as he's really starting to take over this game for the Cougars. That's 2 straight 3s for him, too.
Well, it's everything we talked about in the pregame show. Mullen and Hagan, and they are just going at it. So here's Hagan going to dribble right side, tough shot, and he's going to miss. Mullen on the rebound. Dowell's wanting him to run. Yeah, and Hagan falling away a little bit there. I'd like to see him go more vertical, go straight up and down, try to draw some contact there. Barr-Reeve back to a man-to-man. Wilson goes up to Mullen. Thought he was going to take it, but he's going to drive one-hander. It's going to rattle around and drop in, and that's going to give North Daviess their first lead for a while. And that's 8 straight by Jalen Mullen. Coach Josh Thompson going to take a timeout, and we will too on the JJ Concrete scoreboard. It's North Daviess 39, Barr-Reeve 38. We'll be back right after this. That's a full cannon, so go ahead and give us a minute. seems to be getting a little more active on that baseline. A lot of movement on their offense right now. Wilson goes to his brother, Lance. Lance drives, gets stopped. Over to Mullen. Britton's hanging out over in the corner, ready to fire one when he gets the chance. But Wilson's going to do it first. That's going to be short and a good block out that time by Cam.
Textbook block out there by Cam Madison. And boy, Cam's really owning the defensive glass here in the second half.
So Hagen going to drive, take a 14-foot shot, and that's going to be nothing but net. Good shot by Hagen. When he gets to moving left, Jeff, he's tough to stop.
Yeah, and that's 6 points this quarter. Jalen going all the way to the hole, and he goes all the way. Good job of curling the ball. Let the defender go by and lays it in.
3 minutes, 50 seconds left, and we are tied at 42. This reminds me of Bird and Dominic Wilkins going at it back in the day.
Yeah, nice job there by Caden Grabers. He draws the foul on Wilson, and if you're worried about the foul situation, both teams with just 3 fouls, so a long way before either one of them shoots.
Yeah, not a lot of free throws being shot in this one. It's being decided on the basketball court in action. So Hagen going to throw it into Seth. The freshman goes up top to Braden. Hagen going to take it up top. He's guarded by Logan Wilson. He'll give way to Caden. Now we take a breath here for a second, Jeff.
Yeah.
But that's not going to last long as Caden's going to take it right to the hole, going to miss the layup, rebounded.
Yeah, and Caden, that's a second layup in a row he missed. But that Stickles was coming over, so it was contested. Not an easy layup there, so North Daviess has a chance to take the lead here.
Stickles, 6'5", came over to contest that one and just missed, and he got the rebound and fell down, but he was juggling it, so they didn't get him for a travel. So here we go. Mullen goes up top to Lance Wilson. Wilson working on Seth. He goes over to his brother in the corner, to Mullen, who's being guarded very tightly, and good defense that time by Brayton Knapp, and he made Mullen bobble the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, kind of an unforced error there as it's just a pass, and Mullen didn't catch it cleanly and just hit the baseline, so Barr-Reeve yet with another chance to take the lead as we're inside 3 minutes here. And North Daviess is going to stay with their man-to-man defense. Hagen Knapp with it out top.
Yeah, Hagen going to look inside. I think Barr-Reeve's going to be content just to wait and see if they can get him cutting to the basket. And that play is well scouted by North Daviess. Mullen going to take it down. You could almost see that they were looking for the lob to Hagen that time. Wilson going to drive in, shoot, bank it, no good. And that was a real hustle play by Britton.
Yes, he's falling out of bounds. He saves it out to Mullen out mid-court, and North Daviess is going to reset.
Falling out of bounds, threw it all the way over everybody out to the volleyball line. So Mullen's going to take it left side. Caden going to guard him. Up to Wilson. Wilson to his brother on the right side. Trying to get Stickles underneath, but Cam's making that very difficult to do that, so they're going to have to throw it around the perimeter. Lance Wilson works on Knapp. He drives, helped out by Caden. Knapp falls down, and a wide open shot that time by Lance Wilson as the Barr-Reeve defender fell down. Josh Thompson wanting a push off. The official says nope, he slipped. So we're going to take a timeout. 1 minute, 54 seconds left. It's 44-42 Cougars on the JJ Concrete scoreboard. Fantastic finish.
Well, and we're getting everything we expected. Jalen Mullen leading the Cougars with 23, Hagen Knapp with 21, and then you got Caden Graber pitching in 15 points for the Cougars. So 2-point game, Barr-Reeve ball. I think you'll either see a Caden Graber 3 here or something with Hagen, maybe that pull-up elbow jumper.
Yeah, Braden Knapp in the game now. He's come off the bench. We've seen Aaron Wagler a little bit tonight. Nick Schwartztruber checked in, but it's been mostly this 5 here for Barr-Reeve. Not a lot of bench action in this ball game. So Hagan going to take it out by the volleyball line. Goes top of the key to Cam, hands it right back to Hagan. Banker off the glass, 13-foot, no good. Cougars going to go down, minute 25 left, and they're up 44-42.
And they're going to spread the court, and Barr-Reeve going back man to man.
That was what I was going to say. See if they run some time off the clock here. Barr-Reeve going to come out with heavy pressure.
And if we're going to pressure the ball, the one thing you just don't want to give an uncontested layup as a guy beats you and they help over, and there's the first foul. And you may see Barr-Reeve go through their 1-3-1 trap here. That's just the team foul 4. So that's a good thing with Barr-Reeve. You can put a lot of pressure on because you got fouls to give, but get a good hard trap. Maybe you can come up with a steal.
Like you said, really no foul trouble at all at this late in the game. It's been a very well played, very well officiated game. Mullen going to get it in to Stickles. It's knocked out of his hands, but Wilson was there to gather it. Mullen going to drive, have it knocked out of bounds from behind by Caden Graber. Going to stay down here with North Daviess. And Josh Thompson is irate at that call. And as he was upset, the North Daviess crowd was on their feet wanting a technical, but didn't get one. I think there may have been a warning for coming out of the coaching box. They didn't call a technical, so it's still 44-42. North Daviess going to have the ball out underneath their own basket. Jeff, I'm getting baptism by fire doing play-by-play
And there's
here.
Caden Graber knocks the ball. We got a trap in the corner, and we come up with it. Hagan up with a steal.
What a big play that time. They knocked the ball away, got it trapped. Hagan comes up with a steal. Now Caden's going to cross the timeline. 48 seconds left, and Barr-Reeve going to take a timeout. And looks like it's going to be a full timeout. So on the JJ Concrete scoreboard, 44-42, North Daviess, 48.1 seconds. We'll be back after this. Well, Jeffrey, the number 1 team in 1A and the number 5 team in 1A are not going to send anybody home that's saying they didn't see a great basketball game.
No, $5 seems like a bargain to get in for this game.
And here we go. Hagan going to inbound into Caden Graber. He looks to go back inside to Hagan, couldn't find him. 43 seconds left. Barr-Reeve down by 2 with the basketball. Hagan dribbles out around the volleyball line, and he's going to work on Logan Wilson. Up top to Cam, that dish play to Hagan. He's going to drive and get fouled. It looks like they're going to call it on the shot.
Yeah, and it definitely was. Hagan was going up. I know Coach Dalrymple doesn't like it, but that was clear he was going up as Hagan had he got his shoulder into him and got going towards the lane, and he was in the process of going up, and the Wilson fouled him, so 2 shots for Hagan.
Yeah, that was that play they've run a few times tonight where they give it to Cam at the top of the key. He flips it right back to Hagan. First shot up and good to make it 44-43, and he'll have a second one.
Give 22 for Hagan Nep on the night.
North Daviess going to make a substitution. They're going to get Britton back in there, and they're going to set Stickles down, the 6'5 junior. So Hagan can tie it up here with 33.3 seconds left. Shot is up and nothing but net, and we are tied at 44.
And you got Jalen Mullen with 23 points, Hagan Nep with 23 points.
What a game. What a game. So Jalen's going to cross the half line. He's guarded by Graber.
And if you're Barr-Reeve, you can be real aggressive here. You've got fouls to give. Maybe you get a steal.
14 fouls on both, so both teams going to be aggressive. North Daviess going to hold it for 1 shot. Here we go. 13 seconds left. Wilson's going to drive on Cam. Hand off to Mullen. Mullen working on Caden. He gets past him, and they're going to get a foul. Good foul. That's what you just said.
Yeah, and Coach Thompson was yelling, give a foul. He was wanting Cam to give a foul on the Wilson twin out there, and Cam didn't understand what he wanted to do. That's just the 5th team foul, 5.7 seconds to go. So you can still, make him dribble a couple times, foul again.
So 5.7 left, and Devin Collins is going to inbound it, and I got to think this ball's going to go to number 2, Jalen Mullen. And they are going to get it to him. Caden works on him. Mullen from 15-foot shot up and good, but I believe there was a whistle prior to the shot.
Yes, they called it on the floor, and the official, he signaled that.
Yep.
As Caden Graber tried to reach around from behind to foul.
And the North Daviess crowd doesn't like it. The whistle was before that shot went up.
Yes.
No question about it. Josh going to take a timeout. So with 2.9 seconds left, we are still tied up. 44-44. It's a full timeout. We'll be back right after this. Fouled him.
Yeah.
Go ahead, just come back after 30. We got to. Okay, yeah, this is, we got to get back. So it is exciting action here. Brian Emmons, Jeff Doyle, 2.9 seconds left. We are all tied up, and we had a heck of a play right there. Barr-Reeve had a foul to give. Jalen Mullen drove in. Caden fouled him beforehand, and the shot went up. It did go in, but the whistle was clearly, but I'm listening to some of the North Daviess. They don't think he even fouled him.
Yeah, it was a reach around where he tried to poke it out.
Yeah.
He definitely got him. He was definitely trying to foul him, so good call there.
Here we go, 2.9 left. Wilson inbounds it, tries to get it to Stickles, but it's stolen by Braden Knapp. He fires a long one. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Doyle said $5 was worth it. You're going to get free basketball now. We're headed to overtime, so we'll be back right after this. 44-44 on the JJ Concrete scoreboard. We are headed to overtime. Has been everything that we said it would be and more.
Absolutely. I mean, both teams, and you had best player of both teams coming down, making big shots at the end, trading buckets, and then you had Hagan tying it up with 2 free throws inside a minute, and then North Daviess couldn't get a shot there. And so 4 more minutes to decide it.
I tell you, this has been something else. We talked about it on the podcast. We talked about it before the game that we are lucky in Southwest Indiana, and we've just got another classic going as Barr-Reeve's going to control the tip, and Seth Wagler going to control it out top for Barr-Reeve. We're going to run the offense. It's Brayton Knapp, Caden Graber, Seth, Hagan, and Cam Madison on the floor for the Vikings. Caden works on Lance Wilson.
Let's see if we can get Caden going this overtime. He didn't score in the 4th quarter. He's had a big night tonight, 15 points for him. So we get a couple points from Caden this overtime.
Yeah, after a switch there, he had Stickles out high and wanted to take him, but there was just too much traffic in there playing help side. But he's going to get loose now and drive on Stickles. Can't find anywhere. Good defense by North Daviess, and Caden's going to bring it back out and reset it. 3 minutes, 16 seconds left in overtime. It's 44-44. Barr-Reeve, and how's Deco doing over there, Jeff? He all right?
Yeah, I think he's enjoying the action over here.
He doesn't get to sit and watch very often. So Hagan going to work on Wilson up top. He goes left side, going to get all the way to the basket and lay it in, and good. And I think Wilson thought he had some help back there, and he did not, and Hagan gets another basket to put Barr-Reeve up by 2.
Well, the last 2 times, Hagan's got all the way to the bucket. He's been more aggressive, and it's turned up to 4 points. So great job there by Hagan forcing the issue.
So Mullen going to go right side to Lance Wilson, back up to Mullen. North Daviess going to work it around the perimeter, back to Mullen. He's going to pump fake, shoot a 13-footer, and that's good. We're going to go tied up. And these 2 kids are putting on a show, going back and forth. 2 of the best in the state, and they're showing it right now.
25 for both of them.
So Hagan going to bring it, and he's going to go right back to that left side, pull up from 17 foot, and that is good. Hagan net putting on a show, 48-46, Barr-Reeve, 2:12 left. And here's Mullen. It's his turn now, Jeff.
Yep, and they keep on setting a high screen trying to get a switch, and they get a foul there on Braden Knapp, and that's going to be maybe the 17th foul. That may be the shooting foul.
I believe that's right. So Jalen Mullen will go to the line to shoot a 1 and bonus. I believe it was on the floor.
And Jalen's 3 or 4 from the night, from the free throw line. 25 for Jalen on the night, 27 for Hagan Knapp.
So he's going to shoot a free throw right in front of his student section and drain it to make it 48-47 Vikings.
Well, if you're Barr-Reeve here, you can't fall asleep. I know Jalen's a good free throw shooter, but you got to assume that maybe he might miss.
And he drains it to tie it up, 48 all, with 2 minutes left in this ball game. So North Daviess been man-to-man all night. They will continue to be. Caden's going to bring it up.
And it might be a thing with the next guy that scores that's besides Jalen Mullen or Hagan Knapp, that may determine the winner.
There's Caden. He's going to drive. Can't find anybody. Goes out to Brayton. Pump fakes on a 3, and he's going to get fouled driving, and that's going to be Marcus Britton, who is reached out and grabbed him. There's shock on a lot of people's faces, but that was pretty obvious. That call was pretty easy, but they are going to say it was on the shot, so Brayton's going to have 2.
And that's one, I'm not so sure he was going up with it, but Brayton was going strong at the goal, so anytime you're going towards the goal, you might get the benefit of the call, so Brayton, 2 free throws for him.
And that free throw goes in and out, so it'll remain 48-48 with 1:44 left, and he'll have a second free throw. Coach Thompson calls over, gives some instructions to Caden on the defense. They may switch it up this time, Jeff. Free throws up. That one's going to go to put Barr-Reeve up by 1.
Yeah, pressure-packed free throw there by Braden Knapp. Gives the Vikings the lead. That's 4 points for Braden on the night.
All right, Mullen going to go top of the key, dribbles around, look for Stickles inside, couldn't find him. Britton in the corner, back up top to Mullen. Mullen being guarded by the freshman, Seth Wagler. Down inside to Stickles, kicks it out to Britton. North Daviess being very patient, and they're going to get Cam Madison for pushing on Stickles as he tried to post up.
And this might not be a bad foul. You're going to put Stickles at the line with a bonus. I'm not sure what kind of free throw shooter he is, but if you're Barr-Reeve, you got to make sure you get a check out here.
And they've been banging all night. I think that was one. Cam might got his arm extended a little bit, and it was pretty easy to see.
And that's the key. Anytime you extend that arm, that is an easy one to call there. So Stickles looking for his first point of the night.
Free throw is up and good. So we are tied again at 49. The minute 19 left, and he'll have a second one.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Barr-Reeve. Minute 19 is a long time to hold the ball, but with Coach Thompson, if North Daviess doesn't really come out on you, you may think about it.
Stickles' second free throw is up and no good, so we're going to remain tied at 49 with a minute 15 left. Caden going to bring it up, and let's see what Barr-Reeve's going to do. You know they're going to get it in that man's hands, Hagan Knapp. He goes back to Graber, wide open, 3, nothing but net. Caden Graber, 3 more for Cash for Kendall by the one-time Hunt Club, and that was a big one, 52-49. And here comes Mullen. Drives right side, gets inside and shoots and scores over Seth Wagler to make it a 52-51 game. And that's going to be a 30-second timeout, and we'll just keep it right here. So, great action, Jeff. Caden made a pump fake, someone flew by, and he had a wide open 3. I tell you what, we're going to switch this to a full now, so we'll take 1-2. 49.5 left on the JJ Concrete scoreboard. 52-51, Barr-Reeve. Okay, here we go for what we think is going to be the finish this time. 47 seconds left, 52-51 Barr-Reeve. North Daviess stays in the man-to-man. Caden Graber brings it across the timeline.
And he's got to count on him, and there's a foul on, and that's going to be Lance Wilson, and that will be the 6th-team foul, so it's a non-shooting foul. So you're going to see North Daviess get a little bit more aggressive here.
Yep. So Hagan going to inbound. He's going to go to Caden in the backcourt, being guarded by Lance Wilson. He backs up, no hurry right now to cross the timeline. There we go, got a double team from Mullen. They're going to leave Seth, the freshman, and double team with Mullen. He's got it. They wanted to foul him, but they didn't get a call, and then they'll foul Caden Graber. I thought they had the foul there on the freshman, but I think he got rid of it just in time.
Yeah, good dribbling there by Caden Graber, being really strong with the ball there. He gave it up once, was able to get it back. And so the senior's going to go to the line. 18 points for Caden Graber. Just hit a big 3 the last time down for the Vikings. And Coach Dowrup was going to call a timeout, try to freeze the shooter.
Yep, we're going to, looks like it's another full, so we'll take another timeout. 22.7 left, 52-51 on the JJ's Concrete scoreboard. We'll be back right after this. Basketball, 22.7 left, 52-51 Vikings.
Yeah, and this is where Barr-Reeve wants to be. You've got your senior co-captain, Caden Graber, going up for free throws, have a 1-point lead against the number 1 team on your home court. Caden just came down, hit a big 3. He's looking for point 19 and 20 here. Let's see if he can knock both of these free throws down. And on the other side, you got Jalen Mullen with 29 points, Hagan Neff with 27. You guys kind of hyped the matchup, and it's lived up to everything and then some.
Yeah, I don't know what else these kids could have done, but here we go. Caden going to shoot his first right in front of his student section, and that is going to rattle in to make it 53-51. So we'll see if Caden can knock this one down and stretch that lead up to 3 points. But 22.7 left. It's Caden, Hagan, Cam, Brayton, and Seth in the game. Second free throw up. That's going to rattle around. Mullen going to get it. North Daviess down 2 with the basketball. Mullen works on Caden. Goes right side to Britton. Britton going to keep it, continue to dribble to Wilson. That's Logan Wilson, goes back to Mullen. 9 seconds left. Here we go. He stepped back 3. He was guarded by Caden. Fires it in and out. No good. Stickles on the rebound. That's no good. And Seth Wagler going to come down with the rebound with 0.7 left. Jalen Mullen got a good shot, and it went in and out. Stickles with the rebound, couldn't get it to go, and then the freshman comes down with the ball, and he's going to go to the line, Jeff. 0.7 left.
Yeah, Jalen had a good look at it, pump fake, but Caden did a good job challenging it, rimmed in and out, and then Stickles was right at the bucket, and his putback just went in and out. And then Seth Wagler, the freshman, getting in there, big defensive rebound as North Daviess was crashing. So 0.7 seconds ago, Barr-Reeve up 2 points. They cleared everybody off the line.
All right, here we go. Seth going to take his first free throw. And barring a miracle, we should be okay. The coaching staff saying no fouls, no matter what. We can't foul now. 18 fouls, so that would put him at the line. But we can have Seth just put it away right now. Big free throws by the freshman. First one's up, and that is going to roll in, hit the front of the rim, rolled in, so 54-51.
And that's Seth's second point of the night as he's 2 of 3 from the line. As he scored the last point of the first half.
Yep.
And let's see if he can score the last points of the game.
There you go. Here it is. Couple dribbles. He's going to fire it, and that's going to be off. And Stickles with the rebound. North Daviess tried to get a timeout. Now we're going to have a conversation on whether he got that timeout with 0.7 left. The officials talking it over. This is what you want them to do.
And I think they're saying .3 if I can read lips.
So .3 is going to be left on the clock. So that's just a tip situation, right, Jeff?
Yeah, you can't catch and shoot here, so it's going to have to be a tip situation, a 3-point lead. And I'm just wondering if you can get to point, as you got Coach Rodemaker down there on the clock trying to get to .3 seconds. He's got 3 seconds up there. There he goes. He's got it on .3 seconds. And so both teams calling a timeout. Now, North Daviess does have to go the length of the court.
Yeah, they called the timeout right just inside the free throw line, so it looks like the ball's going to be inbounded. Yeah, just three-quarter court, or will it go down on the side on the end line? We'll see. Yep, it is going to go to the baseline. You're right. So he's going to head down there, inbound it right in front of the Barr-Reeve cheerleaders and the student section. So we'll see what Coach Dow draws up.
And you just want to make him catch it coming towards the ball and then just get away from the guy where he can't even jump into you to draw a foul.
Without a foul, and with no time to catch and shoot, and that's going to inbound to Mo, and he is going to fire it. They wave it off. It misses everything, and the Barr-Reeve Vikings got their first gigantic win in this building as they beat the #1 team in 1A. Barr-Reeve wins it 54-51. We'll be back with final statistics right after this. JJ Concrete scoreboard, 54-51. Barr-Reeve wins it. You good?
You can bring it. It's me again. You can bring it back right now. The final on tonight's JJ's Concrete scoreboard. Barr-Reeve wins it 54-51 in overtime. Barr-Reeve retains the Buggy Bowl trophy. And Jeff Doyle, this one was a classic.
Yeah, absolutely a classic. And, you know, some years the hype doesn't always live up to it, and this definitely lived up to it. And it's kind of fitting, the first time that North Daviess comes to our new arena. This is the first big crowd that we've been able to have with having COVID last year. So the fans definitely were treated tonight to a great game. Good sportsmanship by both sides, and just, you know, and it was a high-scoring game. You know, after last night, you see North Daviess go up and play Linton and believe come out away with a 23-22 win. And a lot of that was due to Linton holding the ball. But you just didn't know what kind of rhythm, pace this game would be played at. In this overtime, you know, Barr-Reeve scores 10 points in overtime. North Daviess gets 7. So just a well-played game as I'm trying to tabulate the scores here, and we'll get some final stats here in a second.
Once again, big thank you to Brian Emmons stepping in on a whim tonight. He handed me the headset back and said, "You take it home." But I certainly appreciate Brian, and I know it looked like you guys had a great time tonight, Jeff. But
well, you know, it's you know, we're neighbors, you know, so you know that chemistry was just kind of natural tonight as me and Brian, you know, being neighbors out there. The chemistry was there, you know, with us being neighbors out in the hood. So good job by Brino. As he said, you know, I wasn't ready for this tonight, and stepped in, did a good job, but just an overall good game. Are you ready for the stats?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, for the winning, victorious Barr-Reeve Vikings, they're led in scoring tonight by Hagen Knapp. 27 points for Hagen. He did them all on the two-point variety. Hagen was a perfect 3-3 from the line. 12 field goals for him for his 27. Next in line, Caden Graber. Great game for Caden tonight. 19 points for him. He had 3 3-pointers, 3 2-pointers, 4 or 5 in the line. 19 points for Caden. Braden Knapp, 4 points for him. He had a big 3-pointer there in the third quarter. Hit 1 and 2 free throws to give Barr-Reeve the lead, and the lead they would never relinquish there in overtime. 4 points for Braden. And then Seth Wagler, the freshman, he had 2 points. He was 2 of 4 from the line. He had a big free throw there late. Big defensive rebound as North Daviess was trying to get a putback for the win, got the defensive rebound. And then Aaron Wagler got a big bucket for the senior there in the third quarter. 2 points for Aaron Wagler. For North Daviess, they're led in scoring tonight by Jalen Mullen. Jalen was spectacular tonight, 29 points for him. He had 4 3-pointers, and he was 5 of 6 from the free throw line, 6 2-pointers for Jalen. Also, Marcus Britton checked in next with 8 points. Marcus got all his points in the third quarter, 2 3-pointers and a 2-pointer, 8 points for Marcus. 5 points for Lance Wilson. He had a 3-pointer in the first quarter and a 2-pointer in the fourth quarter for his 5. Logan Wilson, he was held to 3 points tonight. He had a 3 there in the second quarter, 3 points for him. Brendan Stickles had a field goal in the second quarter for 2 points. Braden Stickles was 1 of 2 from the line there in the overtime as he tied the game late. 1 point for him, and Devin Collins had a 3-pointer there in the first quarter, 3 points for him. Quarter scoring, North Daviess got out to a 14-10 lead after the first quarter. Second quarter saw the Vikings outscored North Daviess 15-7 for a 25-21 halftime lead. Third quarter saw North Daviess cut into that lead as they outscore Barr-Reeve 13-11. Barr-Reeve led 36-34 going the last quarter, and then North Daviess outscores Barr-Reeve 10-8 to tie it up 44. We went into overtime. Then the overtime, 10-7 Barr-Reeve. They win it 54-51.
And Bill Dobson, Ford Tough Player of the game. I think you can go a couple directions, Jeff.
Well, I'm going 3 ways.
Okay.
I'm going Caden Graber. Caden hit the huge 3-pointer. He was big all night. We needed those 19 points. He did a great job. I know Jalen Mullen had 29 points, but we had a lot of different guys who played some zone, but he did. He had that stop there at the end, did a good job contesting, 19 points for him. Hagan Knepp, 27 points for Hagan. Big game for him. He just, third quarter he was held to 2 points. He came out and got 8 points there in the fourth quarter, had 4 points in the overtime for his 27. But I'm going to also, Cam Madison, and I thought that's where we had to start competing was on the defensive backboards, and Cam really owned the defensive backboards there in the second half. So but this was a team win. Braden Knepp, 4 points. He had a 3-pointer there in the third quarter, hit 1 of 2 free throws in the fourth quarter, and he hit the free throw that put us in the lead. Aaron Wagler with a big bucket there in the third quarter, and then Seth Wagler just being steady, the freshman being steady out there, had the big defensive rebound there at the end of the game when North Daviess was trying to get a putback. So just a big effort all around by this Viking team as they take down the number 1 North Daviess Cougars.
Excuse me. I promise everybody I feel great. The voice is just shot. But, Jeff, these last 2 weekends, I think this just shows you, and it's fun tonight, and we'll have a great night and a great, this is fun. We'll talk about it at school next week. But 5 weeks from now, Barr-Reeve, Lagodi, North Daviess, and then some Orleans too. Throw them in a hat, jumble it up, draw a name out, and that's probably going to be your sectional champion. And it's going to be who makes the biggest play, who gets the biggest break. There's a lot of variables, but I think we've seen it last weekend. That's how close this thing really is.
Yeah, there is not much difference between all 3 of these teams. And I think, what Coach Thompson kept on preaching is he felt like we had the most room to grow because we had the most new guys out there. Lagodi has several new guys playing this year, but they had their 2 core guys back. We had two guys back, but we're playing a lot more new guys, and he felt like we have a lot of room to grow. And I still feel like we have room to grow. We got out to a 7-point lead. When you get to a 7-point lead, the number 1 team, they're not going to just lay down. They're going to make some big plays. But at points like that in the sectional, you want to try to do everything you can, and we kind of help that 7-point turnaround as we miss a couple blockouts there. But all in all, just a great effort by this Viking team. As we just competed, and you've got to compete against this North Daviess team on the backboards. And I felt like after that first quarter, we started doing that. And North Daviess hit 5 3-pointers, but I think maybe that was by design, where we were going to give up something, and we were going to give up the 3-point shot. And early on, North Daviess was hitting them. And then that second quarter, they kind of started settling for those threes, and they kind of went away from anything inside, and we outscored them 15-7. And that showed to be kind of the pivotal thing that kind of turned the game in our favor. North Daviess, behind Jalen Mullen, making some incredible plays, willed his team back to tie it up, to go into overtime. And then Caden Graber just hits a huge 3-pointer, and just so happy for him as he has a big game, getting 19 points. And just a great all-around effort by this Viking team.
All right. Joined on the postgame show by Barr-Reeve basketball coach Josh Thompson. Vikings win it tonight, 54-51 in an overtime. Coach, years ago when you got to Barr-Reeve, you said these are the types of games that you wanted to coach in, and you got one here tonight.
We did, Mike, and, you know, I'm always giving all the glory to the Lord. What a basketball game. What a basketball game, and give him all the glory. I mean, you got two basketball teams that really got after each other tonight. I thought both teams guarded well. Jalen had 29, Hagan has 27, Caden has 19, and again, I've just been fortunate to coach a lot of games over the years. This is definitely one of the top ones I've ever been fortunate to be a part of, and let alone come out on the top of. And just want to give him all the glory because, you know, Nick Schwartzentruber does a prayer before our games, and he thanked him tonight for the fact that we were able to play a game in front of a crowd like this. You know, when you've had those types of things taken away from you, you appreciate them that much more. So, what a basketball game.
Well, and I gave a lot of credit not only to Travis, but the school board, the planning committee. When we went through this school renovation and expansion project, it wasn't just about building a new gym. It was about adding classrooms. It was about a growing community, adding new programs and everything else. But the reality is, we're halfway through year 2, and this was really the first night that we got to see what a special place this gym's going to be for years to come for big basketball games.
Absolutely. What an environment. You know, Brent said that before the game. He goes, man, this is awesome. This is awesome. And, you know, when you're, you know, that's the thing that people I don't think get all the time is the respect that we've got for one another, whether it's coaches on the sideline, administrators, you know, teachers and staff. We're rivals. We want to beat each other, but there's a lot of mutual respect. I respect what Brent's done and what they do there at North Daviess.
You know, talk a little bit, and I think it's players and plays, and everybody gets so caught up in coaching and X's and O'ing, and once again, you had Jalen Mullen, you had Hagan Knepp, and it was just a heavyweight fight.
It was.
And I think on that last, you know, that duck in, the shot fake, I don't think there was anybody in the gym who thought that basketball wasn't going in.
No, including me, and I was ready to get a timeout and have all the time that we could potentially have there. And, you know, the ball just, it went our way. You know, our guys in the first half, if I was disappointed in anything, I told you that we had to keep them off the boards, and we gave up 7 offensive rebounds to them. And, you know, and in the second half, or let's go back to the first half, and, you know, 2 of their threes were direct results of the offensive rebound and a kick out. And we just couldn't have that. And I thought our guys did a lot better job. Our coaching staff had them for 3 offensive rebounds. And I think one of those was that, you know, scuttle that Jalen came out with a loose ball that gave him credit for an offensive rebound. Cam Madison did a tremendous job underneath. Hagan Knepp did a great job for us on the defensive glass. But we also had a lot of guys making plays.
Yeah, you certainly did. And once again, you know, and I all this is running together, but, you know, Braden, Seth, they didn't have the big games that, you know, especially like Braden last week, but those guys, they were steady.
They're not going to. You know, they're not going to. They're not always going to have the big nights, but like you said, Mike, they were steady. They gave us everything that we needed. I thought they were good defensively. You know, those guys made errors tonight, but they're young. I mean, you got a freshman and you got a sophomore out there trying to contain one of the best point guards in the state, and Jalen Mullen, and then also guard Wilson and Collins and those other guys that get to the basket so well. I thought those guys gave us everything that they had. And on nights where they step up and they do get in double figures, they make some baskets, you know, that's an added bonus for us.
I have no clue. When do we play next, and who do we play?
Well, we got Shoals here next Friday, and it's homecoming and a blue chip conference game. And, you know, again, I appreciate all the Viking fans because, you know, Mike, you and I talked about this a little bit on the coaches show. The expectation around here is that we win a lot of basketball games. And when you lose some, people get a little bit disgruntled. They get a little bit worried. But the one thing that has not wavered with our fans is the support that they're giving these guys, and I can't thank them enough.
And finally, a big thank you for Brian Emmons, who did 32 minutes of play-by-play tonight, and I got it back. I did the first 4 and the post game. So Brino was the hero tonight. So basically, Brino's doing play-by-play for the sectional.
Hey, I'm glad you gave him the credit, because if you wouldn't have told me that, I wouldn't have known, and I would have thought you had all the glory up here tonight. Just gave us everything you had, Mike.
I did. I went to the finish line and tapped out, and got several texts making fun of me. But Coach, closing thoughts?